Alright, I'm just doing that FMX mechanism, but unfortunately it's on the car, and I've got very little ability to take a decent shot. So I'll show you what's what. That there is the bottom of the bracket. Sorry about that. So it screws in on the bottom bolt there, and there's another bolt on the top it screws into, but I've got another FMX, I'll show you that in a minute. I'm not sure which way is this video now, shit. Anyway, so these two brackets here, they're just basically off the shelf Bunnings brackets, so they're standard angle brackets, but they've got a bit of support down the side. They've got a particular name, I'm not real sure what they are. But I'm going to have to draw a little bit of a picture of how I built this thing. So, yeah, so I'll do that now. I'll draw a picture and I'll show you on the other FMX what I've actually done. But that's the end result. That's what you get. So basically, you'll see the mechanism from the shifter that goes into that, and then supported from that with a bolt. And the bracket that's made at the back is supported with a bolt at the back. You can't, yes you can, there it is. Yeah, you can tend to see it there. And these two here have got bolts underneath. You can see the two bolts underneath holding those two together. So that's the end result right there. So I'll draw a bit of a picture and explain what I did. Bear with me, well this video is probably going to go upside down. I'm a big dude, that's why it takes a lot of effort to go from ground to up. So, give me a sec. So I'll have to dig out the other FMX. So basically, there she is there. So, you'll see, there's a little vacuum thing. There's a bolt here. There's a bolt there. And there's another one just down underneath there. The two bolts, there are only two, right at the back of the transmission part. So these unbolt, and you make the bracket between those two. So what it is the bracket goes from there, and it sort of curves around, but it goes under the oil line. It goes under, sorry, this one's slightly different. This oil line, this should sit up. I've got it so the oil line sits outwards. So this bracket's obviously tight and hard against it, but that actually can sit outwards so that your bracket can actually curve around here. So I'll just do that picture now, and then it sits out, and then you've got it goes to the linkage. So basically, back of the transmission, so that's a side, so you got your bolt there, and you got your bolt there, and then you got your bracket that goes between the two, and then a bit of a side view of what the bracket actually end up look like. So there's the hole out of the bracket, and it comes around like that, and then there's the other hole, and then the bracket comes around like that. So that's basically what the bracket ends up looking like, and just on the edge of it, that's where that is. That's where you mount the two angle brackets too. So you, I've crossed over my drawings, bugger. So the two angle brackets are the things you get from Bunnings. They look like that, and they've got a support like that. So yeah, basically look like that. So yeah, so you drill a hole there, and then you get the bracket exactly the same as that one, except for the other side, and you end up making a U out of it. So that's the side view. You make a bit of a U, so then you've got the bolts through there, and you've got support on either side, and they're bolted together. So you have two of these brackets, and you end up like that. So this one's facing one way, one's facing the other way, so you've got a lot of support. So that part there, that's a bit you cut out, that has one, that goes a bolt in through that, and when you've got your shifter mechanism and the cable that goes down to the actual shifter, that's got a bolt that supports that bracket as well. So basically, yeah, so that's well supported on either side, supported from the bracket that's made, and it's supported through there. So this bracket here was about 5mm plate, so it needs to be pretty strong. This stuff was just the standard 2mm off the shelf Bunnings angle brackets. So what you do is, once you've got your measurement from the shifter mechanism to the cable, you trim, you make these two here shorter, so you just cut a little bit off the end and you end up with a bracket about that big. So they end up having the brackets a bit shorter. It would be much easier if I did this off the car, but that's the best I can do. No worries. Yeah, so make sure it's well supported here, tight up here, and the bracket, the inside edge of the bracket here, the FMX has a little lip. So there's a little lip. So make sure when you build it a couple of mil. Don't put it hard up against the transmission shape, because there's a little lip between here and you won't be able to actually get a big thick bracket on. I hope that explains it. But this was like a $2 piece. These were like $2 each. And the shifter linkage, the linkage itself was, I think it was $75, but it was designed for for a C4, but it does fit to a FMX with this bracket. You've got to make your own bracket. So I hope that helps. My goodness, dodgy drawing. Anyway, hope it helps. Thanks.